Ever wonder why trees bleed a sticky substance we call sap? This question has puzzled many a nature enthusiast and scientist alike. Tree sap, in its essence, is a life force. It is the silent, sticky, sweet substance that courses through the veins of our leafy friends, vital to their survival. Much like the blood in our bodies, sap plays a critical role in a tree's physiology. It carries nutrients from the roots to the furthest leaves, helping the tree to grow and thrive. But unlike our blood, it also acts as a defense mechanism, sealing wounds and deterring pests. However, the mystery of tree sap doesn't end there. So much of it remains an enigma, its complexities and subtleties largely unexplored. From its varying colors and consistencies across different tree species to its myriad uses in human cultures worldwide, tree sap is a marvel of Mother Nature. So, are you ready to unravel the enigma of tree sap? Firstly, sap is essentially the tree's lifeblood. Now, what do we mean by that? Well, it's quite simple, really. In the same way that our bodies rely on blood to transport oxygen and nutrients to our cells, trees depend on sap to perform a similar function. But instead of oxygen, sap carries water and vital nutrients from the roots up to the furthest branches and leaves. This nourishing fluid courses through the tree, running along specialized channels known as xylem and phloem. In the xylem, water and minerals absorbed by the roots are drawn upward through a process called transpiration. Meanwhile, the phloem carries sugars produced during photosynthesis from the leaves to the rest of the tree. So you see, sap is not just a sticky substance that oozes out of a tree. It's a vital part of a tree's survival, ensuring that every part of the tree gets the nutrients it needs. Without sap, trees simply couldn't survive. Interestingly, the flow of sap is affected by seasonal changes. In the spring, as trees awaken from their winter slumber, the sap flow increases. This is due to the tree's preparation for new growth, transporting nutrients and water from the roots to the budding leaves. Conversely, in winter, the sap flow decreases as trees enter a state of dormancy to conserve energy and resources. The sap retreats to the roots, lying in wait for warmer days. So the next time you see a tree in spring, imagine the busy sap traffic within. Did you know that not all tree saps are created equal? Just as trees vary greatly in size, shape, and species, their sap also displays remarkable diversity. Some trees produce a thin, watery sap, while others exude a thick, sticky substance. The composition of sap can also differ significantly from species to species. For instance, the sap of a maple tree is rich in sugar, while the sap of a pine tree is resinous and fragrant. Indeed, the sap world is as diverse as the trees themselves. Sap also plays a pivotal role in a tree's defense mechanism. Just like our immune system, sap serves as a tree's own line of defense against various threats it may encounter. When a tree gets wounded, the sap rushes to the damaged area, acting as a natural bandage. It hardens to seal the wound, preventing harmful elements from penetrating deeper into the tree. But that's not all. Sap also has a part to play in the tree's ongoing battle against insects and diseases. Its sticky nature and bitter taste discourage insects from feasting on the tree, while its antimicrobial properties help to fend off diseases. In essence, the sap serves as a protective barrier, shielding the tree from potential harm. This dynamic role of sap underlines its importance in the overall health of trees. It's a silent protector, working tirelessly to fend off threats and keep the tree standing tall and strong. In a way, sap is a tree's personal bodyguard. Ever wonder why some saps taste sweet? This delightful sweetness is due to the presence of sugars in the sap of certain trees, such as the well-known maple. But how do these sugars end up in the sap, you may ask? Well, it all starts with the magic of photosynthesis. Trees absorb sunlight through their leaves and, with a little help from water and carbon dioxide, they convert this sunlight into glucose. This glucose, a simple form of sugar, is what gives certain tree saps their sweet taste. This glucose-rich sap is then transported from the leaves where it was produced all the way down to the roots, nourishing the tree. And because trees produce more glucose than they need for nourishment, the excess gets stored in the sap. So when we tap a maple tree and collect its sap, we're actually harvesting this stored sugar. So, the next time you enjoy maple syrup, remember it's a tree's sweet gift to us. Humans have found ingenious ways to use tree sap. For centuries, people have been tapping into this natural resource, finding remarkable uses for it in our everyday lives. Let's talk about food first. Maple syrup, a breakfast staple for many, is made from the sap of the sugar maple tree. And who could forget chewing gum? Originally, it was made from the sap of sapodilla trees. Now that's a fun fact to chew on. But our use of sap doesn't stop at the dining table. In the industrial world, tree sap plays a prominent role too. The sap of the rubber tree, for instance, is used to create rubber. Where would we be without our car tires and rubber bands? And let's not forget the role of sap in varnishes and adhesives. From our plates to our cars, tree sap has subtly woven itself into the fabric of our lives. It's amazing how so much utility can stem from a tree's lifeblood. Ever wondered about the difference between sap and resin? Well, let's dive right into it. Sap, which we've been discussing so far, is primarily water mixed with sugars, hormones, and minerals. It's the tree's lifeblood, circulating nutrients from the roots to the leaves, and sugars from the leaves to the rest of the tree. Now, resin, on the other hand, is a different kettle of fish. It's a thick, sticky substance that trees produce to seal over wounds or to fight off insects and fungi. Unlike the water-based sap, resin is composed of volatile organic compounds which give it a sticky, viscous nature. While both sap and resin are vital for a tree's survival, they serve different purposes. Sap is the nourishing circulatory system, while resin acts as a tree's immune response, a sticky defender against threats. So, remember, not all sticky tree substances are the same. Each has a unique role to play in the fascinating world of trees. Sap serves as a lifeline for many wildlife species. It's not just an integral part of a tree's life, but it also sustains a vibrant ecosystem. Let's delve into how sap is crucial for the survival of various animals and insects. Many insects, such as beetles and butterflies, sip on sap as a primary source of food and nutrients. They're attracted to its sweetness, and it provides them with essential sugars and minerals. But it doesn't end there. Some birds, like the yellow-bellied sapsucker, peck holes into tree trunks to get to the sap. These birds don't just enjoy sap, but also feast on the insects that are attracted to it. Even larger mammals, like bears, are drawn to sap. Yes, bears. They are known to scrape off the bark of trees to access this nutritious liquid. From smallest insect to the largest mammal, sap is a vital source of sustenance. Indeed, sap is a vital link in the chain of life. Could extracting sap harm our beloved trees? Well, it's all about the method. When done correctly, sap extraction can be a sustainable process that leaves our leafy friends unharmed. It's akin to us humans donating blood. Just as we need to be careful not to overdo it, the same goes for trees. Experts use specific techniques to ensure only a safe amount of sap is extracted and the tree's health is not compromised. So, enjoying the fruits of sap does not have to be at the expense of our trees. Lastly, let's talk about the world's most expensive sap. Picture this, a sap so precious that it's been called liquid gold. This is ambergris, a resinous substance produced by the Aquilaria tree. Used in the making of high-end perfumes, this rare sap is valued for its unique fragrance that's both woody and sweet. Its scarcity, coupled with its demand in the luxury perfume industry, makes it the most costly sap on the planet. Now that's one pricey tree product. So to recap our fascinating journey through the world of tree sap, we've learned that sap is the lifeblood of a tree, transporting nutrients and water from roots to leaves. It's tied to seasonal changes, with sap flow increasing in spring and slowing down in winter. And not all sap is the same. Different trees produce different types of sap, each with its own unique characteristics. We've also discovered that sap can indicate a tree's health, and its sweetness is what makes maple syrup and other sweet treats possible. But it's not just for our pancakes. Sap has myriad uses for us humans, from medicinal to industrial applications. Wildlife, too, relies on sap, with numerous species thriving on this nutritious resource. And let's not forget the importance of sustainable sap extraction, ensuring we don't harm our leafy friends. Finally, we've marveled at the world's most expensive sap, the rare and precious ambergris. And there you have it, 10 fascinating facts about tree sap. Who knew tree sap could be so intriguing?